we got some people here. That's good. We'll just let
That's a good start.
That's good. That means we've done something right. We'll let a few more people join as we get sorted here. Sorry if everyone's been waiting for a little bit. We had a few technical issues. We've never done this before. This is going to be a Q&A webinar, guys. So we're happy to sit here and answer your questions for the next 20 or 25 minutes or so. If you get your questions into the comments, if someone can leave us a comment and let us know that you can hear us, that would be fantastic, that everything's going well. Give us a bit of feedback. And we'll go from there as we let a few more people join. How's everyone going? Hopefully you're all well. We're coming to you from down here in
Melbourne.
Sunny Melbourne.
St Kilda.
Or not so sunny Melbourne at the moment.
Not sunny at all. It was sunny about 30 minutes ago, but it's Melbourne weather.
Very typical Melbourne weather happening down here at the moment. Oh, Kelly says they can hear us, so that's good. Hayley's giving us a thumbs up. Thank you, guys.
Awesome, thank you.
It's always a good sign when you can hear us and I'm assuming you can see us as well. So
yes.
First ever Facebook Live for us. Thanks to the Everything Caravan and Camping guys for inviting us to do this. It's given us a push to do something we probably should have done a while ago. We've always had this on the cards, but anyway, we're here now. Yeah. We're just going to be here chatting for the next little while about everything to do with our caravanning experience and what we've been up to, and but we're mainly here to answer your questions. So keep those questions coming in. I can see yours there, Daniel. Thanks. Good to see you, Daniel, as well.
Yeah.
Good to see you again. It's been a little while, mate, since we were over west with you guys. So look, we might just spend a few minutes here introducing ourselves and letting you guys know if you aren't familiar with us or who we are and what we do. We'll kick into that first, and then we'll get straight into your questions. We've got a few questions here as well that were sent through before the Q&A, so we'll try and get to those as well. So, who are we?
We Simon and Liz, and
we're the Lifestyle Pioneers.
Lifestyle Pioneers. We've got two little boys who are 3 and just turned 6 who are travelling in our caravan with us. We've got a Zone RV base and a Ford Ranger. So model in 2017.
2017 Ford Ranger. So we've been travelling for just over 12 months now, full time, and we're still going to be travelling for the next foreseeable future, for the next little while. So we've so far done most states and territories in Australia. We've got a few more to tick off. Tassie, we're coming for you, so look out. But we've just been travelling full time for last year or so in our Zone RV caravan, and towing it with our Ford Wildtrak Ranger, which is we've kept pretty limited as far as modifications go and everything like that, and trying to keep things pretty basic. So we might touch on that as well.
Yeah, that's a pretty deliberate choice on our behalf.
Yeah, it was. So if you haven't seen any of our other content before as well, we also share a lot of our trip on Instagram, Facebook, and primarily is YouTube. So we do a weekly YouTube episode. So if you haven't seen that before, feel free to go over and check that out after this. And if you've got any questions don't get answered on this call, jump over to Facebook or Instagram, hit us up on there, and we'll do our best to get back to you. So that's pretty much us. I mean, we use as you guys would know, groups like the Everything Caravan and Camping group are a really good resource when you're planning out a trip and when you're getting ready to step off, but we still use it now. We like to
sticky beak at the good campsites, check out what mods people are doing to their caravans.
And we try and give back a bit more as well now in the groups as well. Now that we've got a little bit of experience under our belt to help you guys that are sitting there getting prepped to do a trip, whether that be for a weekend, a week, a year, whatever it is. I mean, we're happy to share whatever we've learnt along the way.
That's a great question, Greg. We're going to get to that. What did we use?
What didn't you use? That's a good one. Look, travelling in a caravan with a family of 4 obviously presents its challenges. Look, we've really enjoyed it. We've taken to it really well, and we've kind of enjoyed, I guess, the sideline, or what I call the type B benefits. Yeah. Not the thing. Obviously, you're going to enjoy the travel. You're going to enjoy the awesome places, the campsites, and everything like that.
Beautiful destinations. Yeah,
but we've really enjoyed getting used to being responsible for our own resources. Our water, our power. We might touch a bit more on power a bit later, and all of those things, and our food and everything, and just the embracing the minimalism. We've enjoyed that, haven't we?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think too, something that I've really enjoyed is that just connection that we have now, because we spend so much time with each other. Like, some of my favourite moments of travelling last year are literally just playing Uno with the kids. Like, that seems crazy, but it is. It's just being together as a family. So
absolutely. I just saw Martin's there comment there. Thanks, Martin. Appreciate it, mate. We've got every intention of keeping the content coming, so there's no fear of that,
so
mate.
Much of that.
There's plenty coming up.
Plenty of editing to go.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we got some questions here already, but look, what we might do is we might dive into some of these live questions because I feel like we should reward you guys for jumping on and asking some questions. So just bear with us as we flick through. So Daniel, to answer your question first Daniel's asked us how we go about getting internet on the road. Would we go for a Nighthawk and with a separate antenna? Yeah, look, mate, the short answer to that is absolutely. That's exactly what we use. So we use a Nighthawk, and which is like a Netgear modem. It's a 4G, 5G modem, so it uses the mobile network, and that gives us great signal. We actually find that on its own gives us a better signal than just our mobile phones, like hotspotting off our phones or something like that. But the biggest advantage of it is it has two external antenna inputs to run an external antenna. So we have a panel antenna that's a 4G, 5G panel antenna, dual frequency, dual band, and we run that up on a 6-meter mast that just gives you a bit of extra range, a bit of extra coverage. It really varies on the area you're in as far as getting internet. Some areas are good for it and some aren't. How much difference that makes. Sometimes it makes a really big difference. Sometimes it makes hardly any or no difference at all. You've really just got to run with it and just take the luck of the draw.
The app, the Power app.
Yeah, and the Power app.
The phone tower, sorry.
Yeah, so and then I use the Oz Phone Tower app. It's called AUS Phone Tower app to figure out where the phone tower is to make sure we're pointing that antenna in the right direction. So that pretty much is how we go about getting internet.
I've checked those ones. They're all high.
Oh, they're all people saying g'day and welcome.
So
thanks everyone, Bevan and Michelle and everyone for saying g'day. Marcus, what a question. Top 3 road trip CDs.
You should absolutely take them because...
Take CDs. Yeah, it's very old school, but it's
time for the nostalgia.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say we really like Triple J Like a Version CDs.
They get flogged a fair bit, yeah.
Mine would be Florence and the Machine and Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah, they're up there. Boy and Bear, we got a good Boy and Bear album. I like that one too. But yeah, Florence and Boy and Bear.
Just stuff you can really belt out and nobody's going to hear you, like real big power ballads. That's what you want.
We got our downloaded Spotify playlist and all that, but you can't beat a good old-fashioned CD. Listen to an album front back, especially when you've got a few hours of pretty uneventful driving to cut through. Eliza's asking, do we find the need to book ahead when we're in WA or just stay in caravan parks, or we just rock up? Look, to be honest, we don't really stay in caravan parks very much, to be completely honest. Nothing against them if that's your thing. It's just not really our thing. They're a bit of a means to an end for us. We use them just for basically getting water occasionally, but even then we don't use them much.
I would say it all depends on your power setup. If you are set up for off-grid, you do not need to book because you've got other options.
Yeah.
Whereas if you are not set up to live off-grid and you need a power point, you probably want to be more onto that in some areas. Some of the more touristy areas, if you're there in peak season, you probably want to be onto that. And if you don't like that, then maybe looking into an off-grid setup with solar and stuff is something you want to look at. Yeah,
look, the flip side of that is you just got to accept that you're going to be a little bit less flexible. We really like staying as flexible as possible. But yeah, each their own. I think Liz is right. If you need power, you may have to plan a little bit better than us. We don't really need power. We plug in, once every 6 months, if that. Yeah. So it really isn't a consideration for us is getting power. So it is one of the advantages of having quite a decent off-grid power setup for sure. G'day, Trudy from the Barossa. G'day. Oh, Marie and Chloe. Good to see you.
Hi, guys.
Good to see you.
They're our old next door neighbours
from
years
way
ago.
back. Good to see you. Greg and Jane have asked what gear we packed that we didn't need on our trip. This is a really good one because obviously there's things that you take that you don't use but you wouldn't leave behind. Things like the first aid kit we've hardly used. Some of our recovery gear we've never used, things like that. And tyre repair kits, things like that. But I would still take them obviously because they're kind of like insurance. You just never know when you're going to need them. There hasn't been anything big that we've sort of taken and not needed. Not sort of blowing our own trumpet too much, but we got it pretty close.
We've done a few minor culls of clothing and shoes.
Oh yeah, you'll take more clothes than you. Doesn't matter how many people tell you take less clothes, you'll still take too many clothes.
Yeah. I packed a bag of makeup only because I needed to go to my sister's wedding. I have not used it except for my sister's wedding.
She doesn't need it, right? She doesn't need it.
So moisturizer is all you really need, is like as the essential for the facial stuff. No, other than that, you just don't need much. Just, yeah, go as light as you can. If you think you can live without it, go without it. And if you really want it, then you can get it later. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but cut down on everything. Like we've got 4 forks, 4 knives, 4 plates, 4 cups, 4 of everything. You know,
we have 3 saucepans. I'm going to get rid of 1. We only need 2.
That you really can get away with a lot less than you think. So yeah, keep that in mind as you're packing. And weight, if you haven't watched our weights video, go and check that out. But I'm a big advocate for traveling as light as possible. I would much rather be traveling light than have everything for every circumstance and every eventuality. And there are shops around Australia too.
Yeah, you can buy things.
You can get things. If you didn't take something, you thought, oh, we probably should have brought that. You can still buy it. Don't fret.
And the other perk to that is that the less stuff you have, the less cluttered your van is, and then more livable it is.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Karen has asked an awesome question. How much solar, battery, and water do you need to stay off grid? Look, I mean, how long's a piece of string? To our system, for those that don't know, we've got 400 amps of lithium, 720 watts of solar on the roof, and we can carry about just over 300 litres of water. So we're obviously that's pretty decent. As far as power goes, as we touched on before, we're pretty well self-sufficient for power, particularly when traveling the northern hemisphere. Oh, it's not the northern hemisphere. We haven't got that far yet. The northern parts of Australia. Yeah, look, you really that system is more than adequate for that. In the southern part, you might want a bit more solar, but yeah, look, it holds up well. As far as water goes, water will be the one thing that will bring you back to civilization. So it really is a matter of as much as you can carry, gives you more time. It depends how long you want to spend off grid.
Yeah.
With our family of 4, we find one of our tanks, which is about 100 litres or about 90 usable litres of water, gives us sort of 3 to 4 days. So that might give you some idea. That's with limited sharing and assuming
Don't tell them all our secrets.
Don't tell everyone.
It's not smell-o-vision.
if you're camping off grid, no one can smell you anyway. But particularly if there's somewhere you can swim or something like that, if you can have a swim, we don't need to use the shower as much and things like that. And we just have really, really quick showers, like turn the water on, wash, turn it off.
And composting toilet will also save you water.
That saves us heap of water as well. But that might give you some idea. Is about 100 litres of water, 3 to 4 days. So obviously with our 300 litres, we can push it to almost a week. But
well, we'll do like 10 days.
Yeah, sorry, 2 weeks. Yeah, 10 days to 2 weeks if we're really frugal. So hopefully that gives you a good idea. Stephen, we should saying we should head down to Vic again and get out in the high country with the swag. Stephen, mate, you're right on the money. That is absolutely in the plans for this year for the travel. So keep your eyes out for that. We've actually been spending a bit of time up in the snows recently, doing a bit of a recce, just checking out some spots that we're going to go back to. So
and we're taking the kids to the snow this year.
We've got a pretty big plan for later this year. So the spring this year, keep an eye out for that. We'll definitely be doing that. G'day,
hi, Catherine.
G'day, Kath and Bob in Adelaide. You guys are awesome. Stop it, please. Natalie's asked about internet. We've covered that off, Natalie. So if you missed that, that may have been a while ago. But yeah, if you missed that, there will be a recording of this thrown up on our Facebook, and Everything Camping Camping will throw up a recording
Plans
as
to
well.
upgrade to a new Ranger.
Yeah, look. Yeah, exactly. Like Mark. So Mark Castle's asked us if we plan to upgrade to a new Ranger. Mate, they look really good. They're a good bit of kit. The numbers are looking really good as far as towing capacities and weight capacities and things like that. I haven't actually had the time to sit down and crunch the numbers hard, but they look like they could be a really good thing. And obviously that V6 diesel power plant, like who wouldn't want that? Mate, if you want to, like, just give me a call and sponsor us or something like that, I'd love to jump in a new Ranger. But mate, at the moment, it's not on the cards as much as I'd love to. Look, it's kind of that thing, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The current Ranger that we have is killing it, is doing really well, and it doesn't owe us much money, and it's a
good entry.
I'm not saying I won't do it, Mark, but I'm just saying at the moment she doesn't look too promising, that's for sure. But we'll keep you up posted. Favorite place to camp in Victoria. We haven't done as much Victorian camping as we want to do. Again, with our spring this year, we'll be doing a bit more Victorian camping. We love our freshwater. We just did some camping. If you don't follow us on Instagram and Facebook, we just went to Murray's Bend.
Murray's Bend and Neil's Bend.
Oh, sorry, Neil's Bend on the Murray River.
Yeah, Murray's Bend is another one.
Is it?
That's actually on the New South Wales side, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, as far as Victoria goes, Neil's Bend, which is right at the sort of headwaters of the Murray River. Beautiful. But all that section along there, you really can't, and it's all free camping. It's great. There's heaps of reserves and stuff along there. we really find it hard to beat a good camp on a freshwater source.
Fresh
Like,
water,
whether
with
it's
grass.
a lake or a river or something like, and the boys had a ball there. We had a great time there. So
But the Great Ocean Road is also beautiful, and there's lots of good sites down there, and all the way across the Limestone Coast.
Troy's asking a good question, and I think it's something that's worth touching on. Troy's asked if we've ever free camped somewhere and not felt safe. Mate, yeah, absolutely we have. But to be honest, 99% of the time, I think it's all in your head. In fact, I think the times we've been the least safe is camping in towns, even in caravan parks.
Is probably where I felt the least safe in some
places. Yeah, we've actually had the police knock on our door. I won't touch on too many details, but we had the police knock on our door and say, bunker down, lock everything up, because it's not safe to leave things out here. So,
not safe to leave your windows open here.
Yeah, as far as free camping out in the middle of nowhere, it's really only when you spook yourself. If you get a bit sort of like one of us gets spooked, the other one gets spooked, and then you got to deal with that. But I won't go into the whole stories now. But mate, never for any legitimate reason have we felt unsafe. Only because you get a bit of the heebie-jeebies. But it's only happened a couple of times. And to be honest, the further away you are from towns and cities, the safer you are. The boogeyman's not out there. There's no one out there trying to get you. Stop watching bloody.
And the travelling community is beautiful, so beautiful. We actually had to help someone once who'd locked themselves out of their car at 3 a.m. in the morning. But the travelling community is beautiful. They're all out to help each other, and everyone understands. So they're a beautiful bunch.
Guys, there is a stack of questions coming in here, so we are going to do our best to just rip through these. So apologies. Look, if we don't get to your question, as we said earlier, jump on our Facebook or our Instagram, or tag us on the Everything Caravan Camping group. We're happy to answer your questions there. Question is
It is hard. Schooling your kids on the road is hard. I've been a teacher.
So this is Stephen Medwell's
so.
question. Yeah, could you please share your thoughts on homeschooling the kids on the road, challenges, how much time you invest, everything else?
Yeah, so background reference is that I've been a school teacher for more than 10 years, and homeschooling your own children is the hardest thing ever. Give me 30 kids of somebody else's kid any day, way easier. Your own child is going to be way harder than anyone else's. It is hard, and everyone struggles. You just got to find a rhythm that works for you and what is going to work for you. And just like anything, that's going to take time. So you're going to need to give it time to work out your routine and your system that works for you, your child, your family. We're currently using remote education, so distance ed, and it's fantastic. I absolutely love it and highly recommend it if you can get it. If you're eligible for it, it's a great place to start.
I'll just take off a couple of quick ones here. Jason, mate, thanks for your feedback. Really appreciate it. Cindy, it will be posted. It is being recorded, so it will be posted on our Facebook page, and Everything Caravan and Camping will be posting it as well, providing that works. Fingers crossed. I don't know. Cheryl, g'day. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. I'm just going to jump into Catherine's question if you want to read Andrew's while I'm doing Catherine's. So Catherine's asked whether we enjoyed Inaminka and how thoroughly we explored it there. Absolutely loved Inaminka. We had a pretty good look around there. We spent quite a bit of time there having a bit of a dig around. Look, when we were there was quite a few tracks and different things closed because of flooding and the recent rain they'd had. So there were a few things that we wanted to do that we couldn't get to. But overall, really, really loved it. And it's on our list to go back to that area. We really love our outback travel. As those of you who have been following us for a while would know. Can't wait to get back to that area. But if you haven't been, go there and hit us up if you want any advice on where to go and what to see. But it's a wicked area to travel.
So Andrew wants to know what we did with all our stuff, and particularly finding storage solutions for our stuff, which is a great question. Am I answering this?
Well, the short answer is all our stuff that we didn't take on the trip is in storage at a family property in a shed.
We sold most of it though.
But there's not much.
Gumtree got most of it.
Yeah, a couple of trailer loads at the most.
And
and only stuff that I had a lot of tools and things that I didn't want to get rid of, and some sentimental things, but very little. Most of it
But I also read the question two ways, in that they've got more stuff that they want to take that they can't find a room for in their van.
Yeah, that's tricky. Yeah.
So
I mean, if it's little stuff, obviously
really
you can send it somewhere, but
take it.
Otherwise, just sell it. Like, it's only stuff. Like, you can always buy new stuff.
Oh no, as in they're packing too much stuff stuff.
Oh,
They
yeah,
want to
take
like
less.
fit. Take less
Take
is the
less.
answer. If you can't think of how you would actually need it, or you can't think of some other way you could get around having it, just don't take it. Like, we don't have an outdoor dining table because it's going to be annoying to store, annoying to carry, and we can make do without it.
Yeah, you'd be surprised what you can make do with it.
Yeah,
for sure. Go and watch our 12-month review video. We touched on a few things in there as well.
Yeah.
On that's on YouTube. I'm going to answer Bevan's question if you want to read it.
Yeah, cool.
So Bevan's asked, is the Zone Caravan as good as they say they are? Because he'd love to own one in the future. Mate, look, the short answer is yeah, they're fantastic. I basically answered this question. I like it. We just did a Patreon meetup today. I was just saying to one of our Patreons that yeah, look, I liken it to buying a Land Cruiser. Yes, they're really, really good, and yes, they've got a reputation for a reason. Yes, they're extremely reliable. Are they perfect? No. Yes, there's things they could do better and things that they can improve and things that they are improving. Will you never have problems if you buy one? Absolutely not. There's going to be little things that go wrong, but at the end of the day, the major stuff works. Everything stacks up. Electrical, plumbing, ceiling. It's lightweight. It's robust. Our confidence will never be stranded on the side of a track somewhere because of our Caravan. So yeah, the short answer is they're fantastic, but they're not indestructible. They're not perfect. There is nothing. There is no perfect.
They do require maintenance.
But what we love is we've never driven into a campground or a campsite or a caravan park anywhere and thought we'd rather have that van. So that is kind of nice. Yeah, gives you the feel good.
Yeah, it is nice. So Linda wants to know if we could give more information about whether walks are wheelchair accessible. Absolutely, we can. Generally, if something is classed as a grade 1, so hikes in general have got a grade 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, 5 being the hardest, 1 being the easiest. 1 generally means that it is a paved path that is wheelchair and pram accessible. But on our upcoming website, we're also going to put all of our hikes, all of our camps, and yeah, all of our favorite activities that we've done so far on our journey. And part of that will be all of the hikes and what grade they are. So you're looking for grade 1 if you're looking for wheelchair and pram friendly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And grade 2 is like it involves a few steps. So if you, can do steps.
Yeah, and if you want an update on that website of ours that's coming out soon, yeah, just follow us on Insta and Facey, and we will definitely let you know when that goes live.
Yes, you won't be able to escape.
It's well overdue. I'm just gonna Twiggy Wigs. Liz has considered selling her artwork. In fact, she does sell her artwork.
I do sell some, and I've sold some recently. It's so exciting. So that's Elizabeth Bailey Designs on Instagram if you want to check that out.
Martin's asked at A Simon, the wife wants to know how you go with the curly hair whilst camping. Mate, I don't really want to talk about it too much because it's, I don't want to let all my hygiene secrets go, but
he doesn't use a straightener and he doesn't use a hairdryer.
A bottle of shampoo lasts me a long time, mate, put it that way. The sea can do amazing things to your hair when you swim in it enough, and get in the waterfalls and the creeks.
Also, just quickly, get yourself into some leave-in conditioner. That'll save you time in the shower, and dry shampoo. Worth every cent.
Yeah, that's right.
Dry shampoo and leave-in conditioner.
Yeah. I don't know. She buys the shit. I just use it.
Yeah, by bulk.
Yeah. All right. Lance has asked what drone we use, mate. We've got a Mavic Air 2. It's one of the older Mavic Air 2s, mate. It's a brilliant drone. As a beginner drone, you can't really go wrong with the DJI drones. If you want something a little bit cheaper, look at the DJI Mavic Airs. Sorry, not the Airs, the Minis. They're quite good as well. If you want to spend a little bit more, I'd go the Mavic Pro. But yeah, it's a good balance between capability, lightweight, usability. I love it. It gets a little bit old now, but we've used it. As you know.
It's had a few accidents.
Yeah.
So Giuseppe wants to know how we find our next camps. Wiki Camps is absolutely awesome. We love it. It's worth every cent. If you're wondering whether you need to spend $6 on that app or whatever it is,
it's a no-brainer.
It is an absolute no-brainer. And the other new one that's coming out is it Campedia?
Yeah, Campedia. But theirs is more of a trip planning sort of platform. But go and check out Campedia. They're cool guys. They've just started a new platform. We're trying to be involved with, but we're just too time poor to get our stuff uploaded on there. But you may eventually see some of our gear on there. Campedia, go and check.
It looks good.
Check those guys out. But yeah, look, WikiCamps, you can't beat it. Spend some time to learn how to use it. Use the filters. Find what you're looking for. It's really hard to beat. That being said, we have found some cool campgrounds that aren't on there.
And just talking to other travellers coming the opposite way.
Yeah, that's right.
That's usually a good reference point.
I'm hoping I haven't lost my place here. Oh,
Yeah.
Jim Demetrio, good to see you, mate. Just going through your comment here.
too much.
Do we feel like we're
Less
doing too
enjoyment.
much? Mate,
That's
it's
always
a
a
great
balance.
question. Yeah, so Jim's
Yeah.
basically asked, I'll just summarise if you don't mind, Jim, his question, but he's basically just asking about times, whether we feel like we're doing a bit too much, obviously with all the social media and everything we do. Look, it is definitely a balance, and it's at different periods through the year, we've definitely got that balance wrong, and a big part of it is identifying that, whether that's too much time working, too much time travelling and enjoying ourselves, too much time doing one thing and not the other.
And for the kids too, we've also got to balance their needs into it as well.
Yeah.
Like you can't just do 10 days of hikes back to back. They've got to have a few days just doing nothing, playing with TubeBuddy.
Yeah, so, that's right. So yeah, look, definitely, it never feels like we're doing too much, but sometimes the balance is a bit out. It's probably the best way to summarise that, mate. We love what we do. We love being able to get on here. Like, this is awesome. I'm frothing on this live. We're going to definitely
I'm so
do
nervous
more
I'm not
of
going to
this.
get through all these questions.
We're just going to keep trying to.
Linda, send me a DM. I can definitely hook you up with some art. Yes.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to get in touch about the art, just send me a personal message, or even just send us a message, and I'll put
either
you in
the
right
Lifestyle
place.
Pioneers or look up Liz on Elizabeth Bailey Designs on Instagram. And
Ian,
Douglas.
How hard is it to get trades while travelling?
Mate,
they
at the
are
moment,
screaming for you.
Mate, if you're a tradesman at the moment and travelling around, like I'm an ex-tradie, I was a metal roofer for years and a landscaper before that, and mate, I could walk into work tomorrow anywhere just about in Australia. People are screaming out for skilled work, particularly if you're willing to jump into other trades a little bit and just be a skilled labourer and things like that. If you've got half an idea of what you're doing and you can use tools, you walk into work. Doesn't
Even
matter.
if you're not in trades, if you're in
anywhere,
hospitality supermarkets, we've seen supermarkets that said we'll employ you for an hour, a week, a year, whatever you want, we'll employ you for it. They're screaming for people in certain areas.
Howard, good to see you, mate. Thanks for jumping on. He's asked about grey water diverter for your base. So those that aren't familiar, obviously in most caravans, your grey water goes into a tank. There is an option in the zones and in some others, I believe, caravans. You can bypass that basically so that the water goes straight to ground or straight down your hose when you don't need to hold it in the tank. Look, it's one of those things that'd be a handy feature to have. We've got a 95 litre grey water tank, and I honestly don't. It's overkill. We've never had it full. We're actually considering at the moment. If you've seen our 12-month review video, we're considering changing that over to another freshwater tank because that's really what we need, and have a much smaller grey water tank. A grey water bypass to summarise how it would be handy, depending on what it's going to cost you to do. But yeah, it's not a deal breaker either way for sure. You can answer Kimberly's question.
Yeah, how was the road into El Questro? So easy. Yeah, super easy. Most cars could get in there. It's just a little bit rocky, but go slow, let your tyres down.
There's 2 rocky crossings. The main road itself, they grade pretty regularly. They graded it a number of times while we were there, over the few days we were there. So as far as corrugations and stuff go, you shouldn't have too many dramas. Let your tyres down a bit. Apart from those 2 rocky crossings, you'll have to take it nice and easy over. Yeah, well, I mean, keep in mind we were there pretty late in the season, late in the dry season. So it may be different earlier in the season, but
El Questro is so big, they've got all the facilities to sort their own roads out. They look after themselves, so they're good.
It's like a resort in a privately owned national park, El Questro.
And we've had a few questions about the gear. Some people who are not confident to cross it with their vehicle or what they're towing have just done the gib from either end and not done the middle. So yeah, that's another option for people who want to see certain areas but not keen to go all the way across.
Yeah, Trudy's just asking about our. Thanks for watching our videos. Trudy asking, saying she knows in our NT episodes that we were trying to get into camps nice and early in the morning to make sure we got a place, like daily waters and things. Would it be the same for swag camping? No, probably wouldn't be much different because there's just not many free camps around that part of the territory. There's a lot of things at play there, though. When we were there was lockdowns, like COVID lockdowns in Alice Springs. There was COVID lockdowns in Darwin. There was a lot of people.
Filtered everyone to the middle.
There was a lot of people flooding in at that point from Queensland trying to get over to WA. So it was just this sort of pressure cooker and I guess like a bottleneck in the travel at the time. And it certainly added to that situation. I don't know that it would be like that frequently or often. Daily Waters, the only place we had to do that for was for Edith Falls to get in there, and one of our top campsites we stayed in NT is Edith Falls, so put that one on your list. And to get into a caravan park at Bitter Springs,
yeah, which is also awesome.
Daily Waters, we didn't intentionally get there early to get a camp; it just worked out that way. But
Yeah.
as long as you're there before lunchtime, we would have got one at the time. But yeah, James
Aw,
says
thanks, James.
James has no questions, just great feedback. So thanks, mate. Appreciate
So
that.
does Romy.
So does Romy. Thank you. Yeah,
Yes.
Salta, Wiki Camps. Yeah, we've
love it.
basically touched on that. If you missed that, go check out the recording. But yeah, we definitely use Wiki Camps. We love your work, Lois. Thank you. Appreciate it. Everything Caravan Camping confirmed they will be sharing the recording of this on their site. Thanks, guys.
They're legends.
Michelle says check the bins for beer cans or free camps. Not a bad way to pick it. Easy ways to pick up money.
Oh, Simon Jackson's from
Simo from Leeton. How are you, mate? Yeah, thanks for jumping on. Appreciate that. Sorry if we're not looking at you guys. We're just really trying to trawl through these questions. Simon from Leeton's asking if we expect to have as many followers in such a short time on the road. Look, mate, we had a small, we don't really have expectations, to be honest. We just knew we wanted to share what we were doing and try and, look, we're all about inspiring other people to get out and do it and trying to help them do that and make it as easy as possible, which is, you know, a big reason for doing things like this is, yeah, it was really just about helping other people. It wasn't really about, for us, it wasn't, you know, whether we had 1,000 followers or 10,000 or 100,000, doesn't make much difference to us. It's really just about who we can help, and you know, it's awesome that we're resonating and that people love what we're doing. It's definitely,
they're so kind.
It definitely puts a smile on our face, mate. But it wasn't the primary sort of reason for doing what we do.
Cindy, she's so beautiful. She's just such a beautiful person. She's always commenting nice things. We will definitely watch it again later with you, Cindy. Viola, you still satisfied with those?
Yeah, look, we touched on the zone before, Viola. If you missed that, yeah, look, we love it. Basically, in short, and no, we wouldn't change it. If we were shopping for a van tomorrow, we'd buy the same one.
We'd still buy zone. And if we were, if family or friends were asking us, what would you buy? We'd still recommend what we've got. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Steve, also a zone owner. G'day, mate. How are you? Our favourite region that didn't involve too many corrugations. Oh, Southwest Bustleton.
Yeah.
Margaret River.
Yeah. Look, I'd say Flinders Ranges. Flinders Ranges is really accessible. There is, some off-roading there you can do if you want to, but you can also do it as day trips away from the van. We've been to Flinders Ranges twice now, and we'll go back every time we go. We uncover more. Otherwise, East McDonald Ranges, West McDonald Ranges around Alice Springs. You can do a fair bit around Alice Springs without smashing through too many corrugations and have a really good time. There's a lot to see there. We spent a month there, and we could have spent another month. Put it that way.
We'll be back there. I'm going to answer Dale's question. So Dale's question is, what's the best time to go travelling with your kids before school or when they're like the 8 to 12 years sort of range? I've got sort of two opinions on that. I love that we went before our kids were at school age because you get to spend so much time with them. They're not in daycare, and you don't have to do distance education or schooling, which is just another thing that you need to get done. And our kids, they're so happy to be entertained by a bucket, a rock, a stick, throwing stones. They don't need as much, and they don't have those social connections that they have at school, so they're not missing their friends from school. But the perks to having older children is they're more capable on hikes. They probably will remember it more, and they can be more involved in the daily routines of helping, set up and pack up and that sort of thing. Basically, just go whenever it suits you, and your kids will adjust.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. All right, guys, we're gonna have to wrap this up, I'm afraid.
Wow.
I know it's gone quickly. Look, blown away by the feedback and all of you jumping on here and asking us so many awesome questions. You've inspired us to do it again. We'll talk to the guys from Everything Caravan Camping, and I'm sure they'll have us back because why wouldn't you? Look, Tracy, thanks for your feedback. Keith, look, anyone else as well. Brooke, good to see you here. Another old friend. Look, anyone who's asked us a question that we haven't gotten to, hit us up. Instagram, Facebook, Lifestyle Pioneers. Look us up on there. You will find us, and we're happy to get back to you all. Sue, do you guys have a red water diverter? I don't know what that is. Don't know. Hit me up, Sue. Send me a message.
Ooh, don't know.
Andrew's asking if we can spec him up a tow rig in a van, mate. For the right price, we can do anything. Look, we're gonna have to leave it there, guys. As I said, thank you again. Look, from here, we're in Melbourne at the moment. We're going to be at the Melbourne Caravan Show tomorrow for most of the day. So if you're going to be there, send us a message on Instagram or Facebook. Let us know you're going to be there, and we'll let you know. We'll be hanging around the Everything Caravan Camping stand for a little while there tomorrow as well. Hopefully see a few of you face-to-face there. From here, we're going to be doing a bit of Outback New South Wales again this year. We're going to be going up to Queensland. We're going to be spending some time at the snow. I'm letting so many secrets out here.
I know.
We're going to be
but
doing...
secrets for you guys. Don't
Yeah, don't tell everyone else. Look, springtime, we're going to be smashing out some awesome other stuff as well.
Oh, we're going to hit the boards out. And then...
No secret, Tassie
we are
is on the
coming
list.
for you, and we are spending a lot of time there.
Yeah, thanks to everyone so much. Yeah, look, hit up the Everything Camping guys. Hit up us, but we'll be back. We'll be doing another one of these live soon. Peace.
Thank you so much for coming. It's so beautiful of you.
Now,
really appreciate you spending your time with us.
Now, all we got to do is figure out how to actually end it.
Good luck to us.
All right. Cheers, guys. See ya.
Bye.